Hello everyone, I am Walter Schumann, and today I want to present the new member of my violin bow family, and it is an old W. Hello. Hey Florian, I'm trying to regulate. Okay. So today I'm going to present you my other bow that I just recently, a few days ago, I bought for myself. It's a WV, in German dot, Dörfler. A Dörfler bow are a German old generation, probably 5 and more generations up to moment. Dörfler bows are one of the best bows that are given to the world in music for string instruments, especially those who work in a very high performance. Trying to say hello and to wave. Yes, and performances are distinctly different. The bow itself, it's very well balanced. They create products that are distinguishedly more advanced and more reliable in terms of sound, color, and easiness on your hand. I will show you today two different bows and the new one that I bought. Okay, so here we are. So this is the bow, right? So let me take this here. This is the bow, and you can see it. It is octagonal, right? Very nice. Usually their cyan is on the side here. When we put the camera, I hope you can see it. You see, can you? Yep, there we go. Dörfler. I usually am very hesitant to buy octagonal bows because I had before 3. They all snapped in different places, and now I have to use them as a tool to show my students, about the positioning. But this one turned out to be very good. It's a full mounted, you see? It's a full mounted, and it's really balanced. When I keep the bow, what you should look for when you buy a bow. When you buy a bow, if the bow is too light, be cautious. It means that it's going to be humping and jumping, like springing too much. It's going to be out of control when you do spiccato, staccato, marcato. It's going to be jumping. The second thing, when you get the bow, you have to, I'm going to move back, you have to put it like on horizontal level, and you can feel the whole bow from the top all the way here as an equal weight. So I have a bow that when I take here is pretty light on the back, and when I put it, it's like you can feel that the top is very heavy. That it's also good bow, of course, very good, but it's more like a French system. They lighten up the middle part, and they put the weight over the top part. But in this situation, you practically would like to have more, like you can completely, oh, look at it. It's just like perfect way to control the bow. Second thing, you can also measure the balance. The balance, if it's a masterly made like this, Dörfler, so the balance should be somewhere after the second third. Let's just say that we divide the bow in 3 parts, right? So the balance should be somewhere around this space. Not here in the middle, not here. or not here. So you measure this with your palm, 1, then 2, you see? And somewhere around here should be the balance. Okay? There we go. Perfect. It's a perfect balance. That's the requirement, So remember, when you go and buy a bow, if your balance is more toward the middle, no, don't buy the bow. If it's more toward the frog, don't buy the bow. Right? So we count 1 and 2, and somewhere here between should be the balance point. Look, perfect. Perfect. So I've decided to take this bow, and now I'm going to show you another 2 bows. And this is Autoglazel. Autoglazel. Autoglazel are also German traditional bows. It's a rounded. They're more reliable. All of my bows are Pernambuco. So if you look for a good violin bow to pick for yourself, make sure you go for Pernambuco. No, I mean, Brazilian wood, yes, but throughout the years they proved that they sometimes snap here, they crack. I had a few from Brazilian wood, they all cracked. So Pernambuco is more reliable, more keeps acoustically the violin in a very good state. Brings the colorization and the emotion of the sound more well advanced, and more kind of giving more. So this bow is also very good. It's the bow that I'm gonna try the same thing. 1 and 2 is gonna be somewhere around here. Absolutely perfect. You see? So those are bows that have been handmade. Those are not fabric made. So with due respect to the people who work in China and they make mass products for violins and bows, please do not buy their products. And why I'm saying that? Because lots of lots of their product is just like literally low level quality of the material, first of all. Second of all, the way the crafting is in a very primitive and not quite good state. Not to mention, most of them, they just do not know the secrets of generations, such as Autoglazel here, like Dörfler here. Those are generations of families who perfect, and they worked on the bows probably since the time Beethoven and Schumann was around and they were alive. So please make sure that this bow, particularly also, it's a very nice, it's a little lighter, just slightly lighter than this one, but it's really, really, really good. And there is a third one that I would like to present to you today. This is Hammich, J.H. Hammich. So J.H. Hammich is a very rare product. I don't know if, can you see that? Yeah, here. So Hammich is a very rare company. It's been in the beginning, in the late 1800s and in the beginning 1900s, 1920s. So this is considered as a company that have created the most high level of performing bows, and most of their bows were purchased by legendary musicians such as David Oistrakh, Yaisha Heifetz, Milstein, and other leading and extremely, good and high level professional musicians around the world with a historical value. So this one is probably also very this bow weights a little between the one and the other one that I show you. So we're gonna do the same system, 1 and 2. Here, somewhere here should be the balance, right? Perfect. There we go. And now I'm going to just make a few strokes with my violin, and you tell me which one in the comment sections or when I post it on my Instagram account. You tell me which one makes the best impression on you. So here is my violin, right? So I'm gonna take something here from, let's just say, Wieniawski. So I'm starting with Hamich, J.H. Hamich. Hello. So let's see, where is this? So this is like sometimes I feel a little uncomfortable or insecure when I play with that bow. I'm sorry. Yep. Oh, I have to tighten it up first. That's why. Well, that's a way that this bow produces sound. This is hammy. So yeah, we can try a little Bach, just a few notes. Well, it sounds pretty well. That's a very balanced bow, as I said. J.S. Hammack company created bows that are specifically for extremely high performing class musicians. Well, I don't consider myself as one, but yeah, I came across this bow and had the opportunity to buy it, so I did. The second bow with the similar material is the Autoglazel. So let me see, what do you think in terms of projecting tones and sound when you listen the same instrument, the same music work but with a different bow. It does a very good sound, isn't it? And a little from Bach. It does quite differently, right? It's very interesting how the same instrument with the same thing that you play, but having a different bow immediately change the sound, and you kind of get the vibe from a different aspect. Like you start feeling different things that with the previous bow you couldn't get that clearly at the time. So, and the last bow that I was talking about is the Dorfler. This is the bow that I just recently bought, and its name is, V Dorfler. I am pretty much impressed of the quality. It's all of my bows are Pernambuco, as I said. So make sure when you go and buy a bow for yourself, make sure you buy only Pernambuco, right? So here we come. We're gonna do the same exercise. Immediately the sound gets a little bit more rounded, deep, stronger, and it keeps it really strong, right? And wow, yeah, that's pretty much. And the Bach. it turned out this bow, the octagonal one, it's so well balanced that this violin, particularly this violin, reacts very well. So this is a secret that many musicians may not tell you. Or if you go to a music store, because let's just face it, this is quality of bow making that it's very highly costly. So that this is not a bow that you can buy for $20 or $50 that are constructed in some Asian country or whatever. These bows, the least are going from $500-$700 all the way to $2,000-$3,000 each, if not above. So what my point is that when you pick a bow, don't pick a bow based on the price, but based on how your instrument reacts. That's what makes it important. Because even if you have a very good and expensive bow, that bow might not completely react to your instrument in a way that that can bring the best out of the instrument, the best sound, the best color, the best emotion. And I know lots of musicians, they have wonderful instruments, wonderful bows, and you see their instruments does not sound well. Then they get a bow that I'm giving them or some other bow, and they said, wow, I never ever had to see my instrument sound so well. That's why. Because when they went to buy a bow, they were going with the idea, I will go to buy and purchase the most expensive and the most trendy bow, instead of just taking in considerations the ability of their instruments. As you probably see, all of these three bows are perfectly suited for this instrument, right? Hi. Those are perfectly suited for this instrument, So you see, it's the double stops are very smooth and very nice. So we take Autoglazel, Autoglazel. And you would understand the idea that I'm trying to imply here. They all work for the best of whom? The musician and the instrument, not for the best of the bow. You see how similarly, how close to each other in terms of sound they are. And here is hammy. This is hammy, right? The other one that I pick, and this hammock actually works for my other instrument perfectly well as well. Kind of bring something new to the instrument, but they are very much the same in terms of bringing the best and the most out of this instrument. For instance, I can tell you right away, Autoglazel, this one that I have for this instrument, does not work very well onto my other instrument. And my other instrument is a very good instrument, I can guarantee you. And when I start playing and something didn't properly work with the instrument. So I needed to pick on another bow, and the moment, I asked friends to come and to listen from a side, and those are professional musicians, of course, and they said, wow, What a difference. That's the bow for it. And I tried probably 5 or 10 different bows, and finally we picked, you know, this particular bow for, you know, my other violin. And the bow for my other violin is Alfred Noll, another German, very estimated brand of bows. So you see, Alfred Noll didn't work out for this instrument either. Oh yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Hope to see you next time as well. Yeah, you have a good day. And yeah, here we are. So when you pick a bow, pick a bow based on a balance, based on do you feel the whole body of the bow, and pick the bow based on, most of all, your instrument. So my name was and is still Walter Schumann. I was very much enjoying to present my new addition to the collection of bows that I use for my instruments, Dorfler, and I wish you a wonderful rest of the day and see you next time. Bye now.